Some treasures hide their truths in plain sight. A ring, tarnished and overlooked, buried among the relics of a pawnshop. When he found it, he thought it was a wealthy stranger's lost fortune, a chance to save his dreams. But first impressions lie. This is the story of a young jeweler, a ring that carried a promise and a truth that waited decades to surface. Step into the flicker of the past and hear its quiet story. Theo was a jeweler, his hands skilled, but his shop teetering on the edge of ruin. Bills piled high, and customers were scarce. One quiet evening, sorting through unclaimed items in his pawnshop, he found a tarnished silver ring, simple yet intricate, with a note tucked beneath. For Theo. His heart raced, perhaps a wealthy client's heirloom, a lifeline for his struggling business. He pictured a grand estate, a grateful owner, and a reward that could keep his doors open. Determined, he set out to find them. In his workshop, Theo examined the ring under a magnifying glass. Its craftsmanship was old, from the 1950s, with faint etchings of ivy leaves. The note was handwritten, the ink faded but deliberate. He wondered about the owner, a collector perhaps, or a widow who'd pawned it in desperation. His mind spun with possibilities, a family heirloom, a lover's token. He checked old pawn records, finding a vague entry linked to a woman named Clara. Theo felt a spark of hope, imagining her gratitude, and began his search for her. The pawn records led Theo to a quiet street where Clara had once lived. The house was gone, replaced by apartments, but a neighbor recalled her, a woman who'd moved to a modest flat across town. Theo pictured an elderly heiress, her mansion filled with antiques, waiting for her lost ring. His shop's future hung in the balance, and the ring felt like his last chance. He walked to her address, the ring safe in a velvet box, his mind racing with dreams of salvation, unaware of the deeper truth waiting. Clara wasn't the heiress Theo imagined. She was in her 60s, warm and grounded, her flat simple but welcoming. When he showed her the ring, her eyes softened. "You're Theo," she said, her voice steady. "I sent this to you." Confusion gripped him. Clara opened a photo album, revealing a picture of a young girl, herself, and a boy. "That's you," she said. The ring wasn't a treasure. It was her mother's, a symbol of a moment Theo had forgotten, a debt she'd vowed to repay. Clara's story pulled Theo back to his childhood. He was 10, walking home in the rain, when he saw a girl, Clara, crying in an alley, her clothes soaked, her mother ill and unable to afford medicine. Young Theo, with only a few coins, gave them to her, staying until she stopped shaking. That act of compassion saved her mother, giving Clara a future. Her mother kept the ring as a reminder of the boy's kindness, and Clara, now a successful entrepreneur, had tracked Theo down to honor that moment. Clara hadn't just sent the ring, she owned a chain of galleries and had arranged for Theo's jewelry designs to be showcased in her flagship store, giving him the platform he'd never had. The ring, now polished, sat in a glass case, its story etched beside it, a testament to a boy's kindness. As Theo watched visitors admire his work, he felt his dreams take root. The lie of the forgotten ring wasn't wealth. It was a legacy of trust. Now his future. First impressions lie. Theo thought the ring was a stranger's fortune, but it was a mirror to his own heart, a child's compassion forgotten by him, wove a thread through time to lift his dreams. What small acts have you done that might still glimmer somewhere, waiting to shine? Subscribe to First Impressions Lie, to uncover the truths hidden in the ordinary.